Hi, today I'm starting the video with a meditation before I shuffle the oracle cards because I was called to. I have rose quartz with me. Breathe with me. The first time when I got rose quartz, it was actually my first crystal ever, and I realized that something was shifting, literally, inside of me. I was growing more confident, and it was healing. It was stabilizing. That's how I would define it. It was very stabilizing. My heart, my emotions were getting very stabilized. It was like I was being held by a higher frequency, a higher spirit. Like God was there. Like how Arjun was guided by Krishna, how Draupadi was protected by Krishna, how a God is always there for their devotee. I got a feeling that I was being looked after, and when I felt held, heard, listened to, and like I was in a safe space, I felt like I was ready to grow. Like a lotus. I felt like literally a pink lotus. I felt like my heart was opening like a lotus, and that's when I got into crystals, and I collected so many crystals of different kinds and studied them and worked with their energies that when I traveled to another place to live, I had 2.5 kgs of crystals with me. There were so many rocks that I took with me, and I was only allowed to take 40 kgs of luggage, but 2.5 kgs were just the crystals. And this is how we start our reading today, with understanding that at this moment you require a feeling of being held, of being safe. So I would call for you to think about a place where you would like to go, or where you do like to go, where you feel safe, where people know your name, or maybe you're alone there and you have no doubt in your mind that you are safe in this place. Even if it's a mental space, you're meditating and you imagine a space where you always go and visit that place. Go there because you have some information that you need to know, some wisdom that is going to come to you when you reach this place. So I'm gonna keep the crystal right here, and the energies are still gonna be in this reading. And now I'm gonna go for the oracle cards. I usually shuffle the oracle cards first because I don't want to waste anyone's time, but today I felt like I needed some more time before I get into the oracle, and it's usually the start of a reading, but today who knows where this reading is going. So okay, it's Aries and 5th house. Today I'm taking 2 cards. It's Aries, Act, and 5th house, Passion. Do you see a similarity here? Like these cards cannot be any more different from each other, but there is a similarity. Similarity is they are both fire. And I say that because they have this fiery tendencies about each other. Aries is ruled by Mars, god of war, and of course passions, and the sign is fire. And passion, the 5th house, is usually corresponds with Leo, house Leo, zodiac sign Leo, and it is ruled by the sun. Both are very passionate cards, and also Apollo and Aries. Apollo and Aries are also paternal brothers and also distant cousins. So they have one thing in common, which is they both represent masculinity and also fire signs. Now, here is a concept you need to understand before you get into understanding your own self, your spiritual self. Every person has both masculine and feminine energies to them, but they are called different in a different sense. So let me explain it. When you are doing an activity, there are two stages to it. One, you do the action. Two, you wait for the results to come around. It's called cause and effect. Everything is linked to cause and effect. It also means that there is a person who is doing the action, and then universe steps in, nature steps in and brings to us the consequence that are the consequence of our actions. You understand what I'm saying? So when we are acting, when we are doing something, that is a masculine principle. And when things come around, when consequences happen, when the energies of universe are doing their job, everything that is passive is just a result of the action. That is the feminine principle. Now you think, how does it relate to a real life man and a woman? It does not, because genders, as they are for the purposes of reproduction, is just for that, for reproduction. There is no animal in the animal kingdom that you would say that the female of that animal is weaker and has a specific purpose which is not related to the reproduction, which the masculine does not have. So that's it. Genders are here just for reproduction. Everything else in our day-to-day lives, the actions that we take has positive and negative principles to it. Now when it comes to passion and Aries, these are both driven by a deep sense of knowingness. Both of these cards represent fire sign, and fire is supposed to be the purest element ever. It cleanses everything. It is the purest. In Hinduism, we offer our offerings to fire because we believe Agni Dev always carries all the prayers and all the offerings that we are giving to the universe, to the gods. He is the one who carries it to the others. Even in the stories, when you are looking at these gods, you would be hard pressed to see what gender they are, because there is a story in Skanda Puran where the gods actually get pregnant because the womb of as in Skanda, the womb of goddess Earth, the womb of goddess, the ultimate goddess, goddess Durga, goddess Parvati, her womb falls down and it actually goes to the fire, and because the fire gets pregnant, then of course it goes to the other gods and the other gods get pregnant. Look, I have gone off on a very deep tangent, an elaboratively deep tangent, and I don't know why, and I have cut that out, but I need to come back because there is something that I need to tell you. Your passions, the things, your intuitions are guiding you. They are. But you need to focus. You need to focus. Look, you have 1,000 different ideas. You are a channel. You are so good at your craft that you can use that one particular thing to do hundreds and thousands of things. But you need to center yourself. Bring yourself in the middle. Focus on one thing, because rather than splitting your focus into 10 different things and making it diluted, you must focus and concentrate your focus, because when you concentrate on one, it is going to help you build a second and third and fourth and fifth, and it is going to become a tree like this. If in a way sorry, if in a way this plant is coming down, but the leaves come one after the another, the branches come one after the another, because that is how it goes. If you try to make the whole thing in one go, you won't be able to do it. Even nature cannot do it, because nature doesn't have to. Nature does not run after things, it takes its time. You know who does not take their time? The fire signs. The fire signs always run after the things that inspire them, which is a very good thing. But if you are always running, you're never experiencing. You're never experiencing. Because if you're traveling, you have to stay at one place, eat the food there, talk to the people that are of there, the native people. You have to stay and experience the sceneries and what is special about that place. If you're just passing through all the beautiful things, then you're not really traveling. You're just walking by with your eyes like this, like a horse who has those things, the blinders, which makes the horse just go straight. And that is what your passions are doing to you. You are off going on so many tangents that it is hard for you to concentrate on one thing. And now we get to go into your tarot cards to understand that where are these things, what is this thing that you need to focus on in order to bring it all together. Because I don't think your talents are the problem. I really don't think your dedication is the problem or your persistence is the problem. I think there is something that you are missing. So repeat after me. I am missing something. I am missing something. I am missing something, and I would like to find it. And I think we found it. 6 of Wands upside down. We have talked about this. 5s are the change. You can call for change to come to you. You can call for opportunities to come to you. But you are the one who needs to walk ahead, take that opportunity, and create something out of it. So what is not working is that you are not taking any risk. Look, risk taking is a very subjective concept. One person's risk is another person's everyday activity, and you are unable to think of a risk that you need to take because you are simply sitting down and waiting for something to come to you. I don't think there is anything wrong with it for something to come to you, but you haven't told the universe what exactly you want. You are sitting around thinking, this would be great, this would be great, this would be great. You have 1,000 different things going in your head. But let me tell you this. Our brains, yes, spirituality, soul, all of it, yeah, I get it. But at the end of the day, we still are stuck on this plane with a brain. A brain that is a machine and needs to work like a machine, like a computer. You need to tell the computer what you want right now. You can have 1,000 windows open and do multitasking, but you have to focus on one thing. You have to give command of one thing for that computer to do at that point. You have to finish one task before you start another. Here is a multitasking thing. When you're trying to upload a video and then edit a video, which is a second video, and you're also trying to listen to a music in the background, you need to concentrate on one window because you need to finish one project. So if you are unable to decide on what you want, your brain is gonna sit around with you, not actually attracting anything. And when I mean attracting, I mean looking. We don't look with our eyes, we don't see with our eyes, we see through our eyes. there would be opportunities lying around in front of you and you wouldn't notice or see it because you're not supposed to. You did not tell your brain that something like this is important to you, so it would not point it out to you. So you have to tell your brain what you want at this moment, what would you like to have, what would you like to experience, and let it go. And your brain is gonna pick up on the opportunities that are around you because they are always around you. So you need to march ahead with your head held high and just look for the things that you actually want to experience. Decide on it, and when it comes around, your energy already tells me that you're gonna go for it. When it comes to fight or flight, when you're scared, your response is mostly fight. You always jump on it. Your procrastination is very minimal, but before you get to do it, you get to decide what you want. Like, this is your planning phase. So plan what you want and let your brain know in very clear cut detail what would you like to experience next. Here is an example. If you are in a traffic on a road and you look at a color and you notice how beautiful it is, and then you look around and suddenly every single color that is the same shade as it would suddenly become very tantalizing. Like, you would notice it more. When there is a tapestry of beautiful colors, you would just notice that one color. This is how your brain works. You need to command your brain to do a particular thing so that it can perform at its best because you have actually given it in command. Right now it is just sitting around doing nothing. So we have two cards and it came out this way, and I don't know about anyone else, but I take my cards how they get here. So at first I noticed this card, which was Knight of Coins. So knights are the princess, are usually the ones where we are dreaming. We dream to be the king. So whatever we want to accomplish, and when we are in a dreaming phase, is the phase where we are in the pages, and the next stage is the knight, because then the page decides to act on their dream. That is the space, the action phase. Like I told you about the masculine and the feminine principles of cause and effect. This is the cause. You are about to take action now, and then once you make the action, once you tell your brain what to do, then things would start shifting and coming to you, and then you can start taking action and shifting your reality the way you want it. So Knight of Coins, because your energy is working in your favor at the moment. Your energy is more focused. Like as this video is progressing, your energy is coming into focus. You're starting to think where you're going, where you want to go, what do you want to experience, what is possible. And this kind of energy is actually being looked at by your brain. So when you are looking at it, you have to understand that your brain, when I talk about your brain, it is your conscious mind, which has the power to reject what you tell it or reject what other people are telling it. So it can say no, but the unconscious mind, the feminine mind, which has all the power to shift everything that is here, that does not have the power to say no. It goes to the conscious mind and gets to the unconscious mind. The conscious mind is the Dwarpal. The Dwarpal is the one who is guarding the door to the infinite secrets, the infinite treasures of the universe. So you are supposed to, with your conscious mind, understand this principle and tell yourself what you want and accept what is coming next. And then what is coming next is the Hierophant. So when we are talking about the Hierophant, it usually means priest. We say priest because originally when religions are taught, religion is not really a religion at first. When it is adopted by others, it becomes a religion. But at first, it is a teaching from a person, a saint who is communicating with the higher realms and actually bringing the information down and communicating it to their disciples and to the world. So that is not a hierophant, that is high priestess. So when there are multiple people who become the devotees of the saint, and then it is in the process of becoming a religion, and when the saint is no longer there, their disciples usually become the priests and spread the word. And that is what a hierophant is, the highest student of a teacher who was closest to God. So now you would think, why am I telling you this? How does it involve your life? The kind of message I'm trying to give you here is that you are your own high priestess. You are supposed to tell what you want in this life, and then the scenery changes, and then your brain actually brings about the reality, which is always shifting, to you. I gave you the example of standing on the road and looking at one particular color and then looking around, and only that color will come into focus in your eyes and you will notice it more. The same way, when you put your brain on a particular frequency, when you start believing in a particular concept, things that are evidence of that concept will start appearing in front of you. Your brain is always gonna say yes to you. That Dwarpal, that guard at the door, is gonna say yes to you always. You're always gonna find evidence of what you believe. If you change what you believe, the evidence is gonna change. I am sorry to say this. Our system, our society, civilization does not work this way. But if you look deep into it, that is exactly how it works. At the underlying of every civilization, there is this deep faith of human beings, and that faith actually holds them together. Every society has a faith in a particular god, a religion, or a saint. And you know what happens? That makes them stronger. That makes that community stay stronger and believe in more than themselves. Because we as human beings, we change our mind every half hour. We just cannot think about the same thing over and over again. We are going to build on it. We are going to overthink. But we cannot keep on thinking about the same thing, and our brain is going to find an escape. So that is why you need to create systems that tell you to come back to yourself. Every time when you feel like you are a victim to your circumstances, every single time when you feel like you are a victim to your circumstances, you have to remember to bring yourself back to yourself and realize that you are creating your own evidence. If you change your faith, your evidence changes. You have to bring yourself back every single time. And once you change your mind, then start looking for the evidence, because the evidence is gonna change. So that was your reading, and the gist of the reading is that you are supposed to take action at this moment, and the action is supposed to be you deciding what you want in your life. Because once you decide, things are gonna start happening for you very, very, very soon. You are in complete control of your life, and you must believe it. If you don't, then no one can ever help you. Because if you don't have the power, nobody else has the power to help you either. So please take care. Please be safe. Please go to that one place where you feel the safest at the moment, so that you can think, be calm, and bring to yourself what you really need: clarity and stability. I love you. Please join me again whenever you can. Bye.